Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors. Kawasaki KX450, built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. Look for sunny skies today, the high around 88 degrees, 90 tomorrow. With just 2 days remaining in early voting, turnout still quite low. In-person early voting at the clerk's office has totaled 242 over the first 9 days, 32 votes cast on Wednesday. As of yesterday, 638 mail ballots have been received. Voting continues today, 9 until 6 at the county clerk's office. Mail ballots can be dropped off anytime at the drop box in front of the new courthouse. For what it's worth, the numbers we're seeing out of Washoe and Clark County are even worse. A month-long narcotics investigation in Ely has led to the arrest of a local man on drug trafficking charges. The Nevada State Police Eastern Nevada Narcotic Task Force executed a search warrant at an Ely residence on May 27th. Investigators say they recovered nearly 194 grams of suspected methamphetamine, a small amount of suspected cocaine, along with drug paraphernalia and evidence consistent with narcotic sales and distribution. Authorities identified Joseph Grapes as a suspect in the trafficking and sale of methamphetamine and fentanyl in the community. Grapes booked into the White Pine County Jail on charges including trafficking in a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession for sales. His bail set at $65,000. White Pine County Sheriff's Office responded to a variety of incidents on Monday and Tuesday, including arrests, juvenile investigations, thefts, and emergency calls throughout Ely and the county. On Tuesday, deputies investigated a report of a juvenile allegedly bringing a gun to school in a vehicle, case forwarded to juvenile probation. Deputies also arrested 34-year-old Dustin Ferris of Ely following a disturbance at a local health care facility. He faces charges including assault with a deadly weapon on a health care provider, child abuse or neglect, disturbing the peace, and resisting a public officer. He is innocent until convicted in a court of law. As on Monday night, deputies arrested 38-year-old Justin Berrigan and 39-year-old Jeffrey Miotke after locating a suspicious vehicle inside the Ely landfill after closing. The pair faced charges including trespassing, petty larceny, and illegal salvaging. Berrigan also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Both are innocent until convicted in a court of law. Other calls included reports of thefts, reckless dirt bike driving, possible elder abuse, hit-and-run accidents, welfare checks, and a carbon monoxide alarm. Yesterday, we reported on the political firestorm growing in Nevada's 2nd congressional district race after sealed court records involving candidate James Settlemeyer surfaced online. The records related to a 2005 domestic violence case in which Settlemeyer was ultimately found not guilty. Now the controversy has shifted to how those sealed records became public. The Nevada Independent reporting on allegations from the Settlemeyer campaign that the documents passed through individuals connected to the Tarkanian family before reaching political operatives tied to rival candidate David Flippo's campaign. Amy Tarkanian, the wife of Douglas County Commissioner and Attorney General candidate Danny Tarkanian, acknowledged on social media she helped move Settlemeyer's ex-wife from the home years ago, but has not responded to requests for comment. Douglas County prosecutors confirm they are now investigating whether sealed court records were improperly accessed or distributed. Governor Lombardo joining more than 20 Republican governors in calling on Congress to increase funding for Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In a letter to congressional leaders, the governors urged passage of the Secure America Act, which would provide long-term funding for immigration enforcement and border security operations. Lombardo, a former sheriff, said CBP and ICE officers need additional personnel and resources to combat drug trafficking, human trafficking, and violent crime. While Nevada's Attorney General Aaron Ford, also a candidate for governor, sharply criticized Lombardo's position, accusing the governor of supporting what he called wasteful and harmful immigration policies during a time in which Nevadans are struggling with rising living costs. Ford says he supports directing federal funding toward housing, groceries, and health care instead. From Elko County comes word this morning that after more than 3 decades, the Elko County Sheriff's Office has finally identified both the victim and suspected killer in the cold case known as Shafter Jane. Investigators say the woman found murdered near the Shafter Interstate 80 exit in 1993 was Marion Hertha Alexander, a German-born woman who had become estranged from her family and was never reported missing. Using advances in DNA testing, forensic genealogy, fingerprint analysis, and digital evidence, detectives identified Roger Lee Durkee of Wisconsin as the prime suspect. Authorities say Durkee's DNA matched evidence collected during the original investigation, and investigators later discovered he had repeatedly searched online for information about the Shafter Jane case. Detectives were preparing to charge Durkee with homicide when they learned he had died in November of 2025. Elko County Sheriff's Office credited multiple agencies, including the FBI, Washoe County Crime Lab, and Identifiers International, for helping solve the 32-year-old homicide investigation. And for Sahara Motors, that's your first check of news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.